The Silencers are probably the best, most versatile, smartest, and most genius faction in AcceleRacers. This video will explain why. Now, who exactly are the Silencers? They are supposedly a top secret military government group entering the racing realms. What makes the Silencers smart, what makes them geniuses, are due to three components: lack of presence, passiveness, and manipulation. Now, first of all, let's talk about their presence. Now, there were suspicions that the Silencers were racing in the realms in the Metro and Ice realm, but only confirmed in the Pipeline realm. The Pipeline realm was the fifth last realm for our drivers and the third last realm shown on screen before the ultimate race. For their presence to be revealed so late is advantageous to the Silencers and disadvantageous to the other factions. This is because 1. The Silencers had easily studied the other factions beforehand, giving them information and easily allowing them to manipulate our drivers and their emotions. This is mainly seen through Taro, and this will be shown later in the video. 2. Their newly formed presence gives no information to the other factions, or minimal information, meaning it's basically too late to counteract their strategies or even know what abilities they have. Now, although Tesla figured out how to disable their camouflage,
their holographic camouflage can be penetrated by intense polarized light.
From my knowledge, it was never implemented for the Teku or Maniacs, nor were there any actual use cases for it. Now let's think about the bigger problem here. Let's think about this for a second. We don't actually know if they were in the other realms, and only us, as viewers, knew of their existence in the Metro realm. How clueless were Tesla and our drivers then? They were extremely blind to the fact that there may be another faction up until the Pipeline realm, and by that time, it was already too late. And this was their main advantage, the lack of presence, and they used it to their maximum potential. For their presence to be revealed so late, it makes you skeptical about when they actually started entering the realms, and whether they've been manipulating events for their own benefit. For all we know, the Silencers could have entered the realms before Tesla, or even before the drones, given that
you're working for the Silencers.
As did Dr. Tesla, until he stole their most advanced technology, including me.
By not revealing their presence, they also avoid all of the conflicts with other factions and lets them fight it out with each other, and then that's where their passiveness comes in. The Silencers stay relatively passive, which contributed to their lack of presence. However, because of their passiveness, it allows all other factions to study each other and drain their own resources on each other, rather than focus on the Silencers. This is seen with the Sweepers. This also allows for the Silencers to go in at the end of the realm, after everyone's battled it out, and swoop the win. And it's because of their passiveness that they never got detected, which also allowed them to take, objectively, the most important artifact in the series, the Wheel of Power, right under the drones' noses. Plus, their whole name is based on their stealthy nature. Is it not clear yet? Here, they could easily destroy any of our drivers, and even the drones. Now, why do I say this? It's because of this one moment. They could easily dominate the playing field and destroy the drones, but what do they do instead? They only use their tools and weapons necessary for them to win the realm. When they could easily destroy Vert, just stole his car, granted because they didn't want to hurt the human drivers too, of course, they could easily disintegrate RDL1, but they just lightly tap him, Granted, because the realm was to make no sudden movements on the track, but you start to get my point. These guys are military government operatives, and stealth is the best way to win. Now, although they have all the weapon power in the world, they do not use it. Not to mention their main ability, their main core element is stealth. And finally, we have their manipulation tactics.
Another force besides the racing drones has secretly been entering the realms. They've been racing against you with great skill, and they've been winning AcceleRacers. They've used their ability to disguise their cars, to turn us against each other. You'll have to be on guard against them.
They created and played off internal skepticism between Teku and Metal Maniacs, creating unnecessary conflict within their faction. Now, how did they do this? Well, it's through Taro and Kurt.
Maybe one of us is a spy. You know what I mean? The kind of scum who'd stab his own brother in the back.
But mainly through Taro in most instances.
I've made it.
They manipulated Taro into thinking Kurt stopped him from winning. And then what happened?
Look, Taro may be a metal maniac, but he's no liar.
You saying I am?
Everyone became skeptical of Kurt, and rightfully so, because of his past work for Galorum as Z36. This creates total internal suspicion, with no one suspecting an outsider faction. And then what happened just when Taro formed a bond with Karma?
Karma, have you seen Taro? I've got another drone in front of me! Got it.
That's from Karma's onboard camera.
Some of the video's missing.
Gig said some kind of glitch erased part of the recording.
You mean it disappeared? Like the AcceleRacers I saw Kurt win?
No. Dr. Tesla checked Kurt's car for traces of AcceleRacer energy. He didn't...
I know what I saw.
Something happened in the Ice Realm, didn't it? Between you and Karma?
Something.
And then they play this more in the Pipeline realm.
Payback for the Ice Realm.
He's going to attack.
Do it!
No.
Had the Silencers not created any of this conflict, Taro's guard wouldn't have been let down in the Pipeline realm, and the win could have easily been his. Instead, it was taken from under his grasp. In fact, the Silencers have won most of the realms on screen. The Metro realm, the Ice realm, the Pipeline realm, and possibly the Cliffside realm. There's also another thing to add in regards to their manipulation. They only target our drivers because if you really think about it, the drones lost basically every realm because of the Teku and Metal Maniacs. The drone's chances of winning drastically dropped as Tesla's faction entered the realms, which is why the Silencers targeted Tesla's drivers the most. Now why do I say this? Vert should have won the Storm Realm and Water Realm had he not choked. Taro and Kurt would have won the Metro Realm without the interactions of the Silencers. Taro would have won the Pipeline Realm. Taro and Kurt would have won the Junkyard Realm as well as Vert with relative ease, but they sabotaged mainly the human drivers because they are the bigger threat to the Silencers winning. And you know what? The final piece of why the Silencers were geniuses was not because of their racing, not because of what they did on the track, but because of what they did externally. They had infiltrated both the Accelerdrome and the drone's HQ at the same gosh damn time, which is risky, evidently, but they were confident and planned enough on it. And the fact is, none of the factions knew that they had been infiltrated. The Silencers were geniuses because of their stealthy, passive nature not being revealed up until the third last realm. It created an unneeded suspicion internally in the other factions, which also negatively affected their driving. This also allowed other factions to fight each other while needing minimum effort to win the realms. And that is the genius of the Silencers.